Welcome back, everybody. We are here at Odum, some sort of processing facility used by the outward colonists, presumably based on the holograms we've seen to produce food. And we've kind of run away from Sarah and Ryan and the revelations that we discovered. We haven't told them that we know. We haven't told them that we just threw the guns down there and got rid of them. We haven't really addressed that problem yet. We're kind of in denial about it at the moment. But we need to find our way down to that lower part of the facility. We did see what seemed like a blinking light or a winking light. So there's a sign of some kind of life down there, and Kathy wants to get there, wants to find it. Now, I don't have a full oxygen tank here, so I'm wondering if I can hop back in the rover, or is that prohibited? No. So we need to get a move on before we run out of oxygen here and find our way down to the surface. So let's get going and see what we can figure out, what we can make happen. I'm guessing that we can use our claws on this ice, most likely. Yes, all right. So let's get going here. Looks like we're going to need to do a sideways jump. So we'll get up nice and high and kind of prepare for that. I do wish Ayla would kind of get out of my way here. I'm trying to see what I'm doing, Ayla, and you're making it harder.
I'm gonna have to jump across, Ayla.
Alright, so jump. Not bad at all. Could drop onto this platform, but it looks like we need to drop down anyway. So I'm going to take a calculated risk here. Oh, come on, really? You got to be kidding me. And then Ayla, can you get out of the way? Can I make her leave? Like, go over here. No, she wants to stand right where I need to see what I'm doing. Seriously, guys, could you have made this more frustrating? Alright, let's keep going.
I'm gonna have to jump across, Ayla. Oh, that was close.
Okay. Around the curve. Need to get a little further out so we don't, like, bump into the corner again. Okay. Let's drop and catch. There we go. Works that time. Where are we going exactly? Are we going down? Oh, we are going down. Okay. Okay. All right. Through that piece. Now, where do we go from here? Continue down the cliff edges here. And then what? I guess we have to go up and over and down the ice wall. All right. So we're back into the kind of puzzle portion of this, where I got to be careful and make sure each claw actually catches. And of course, all the while that this is going on, her oxygen's running out. So it kind of like puts a time pressure on you to want to go quickly, which is also a little bit frustrating when the controls are so jank. Alright, I think now we can afford to do a little bit of a drop here. Or maybe not. No, you know what? It seems like it angles inwards. So I don't think we can afford to drop here. We got to go down and underneath this incline first. Yeah, see, she's like, it's angled, it's sloped inwards. So if we had dropped there, we wouldn't have been able to catch the wall, I suspect. We would have had to do that whole section again. Now this looks more in line with what we can do. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go. So, we're on Mars. I don't think this should be water ice.
How are you getting on?
The facility is surrounded by ice. Making my way across it now.
Could be their water processing facility.
Maybe. How's it going over there?
We found something incredible. The missing Ark. It's called Ark Vita.
Vita? That sounds familiar.
That's not even the incredible bit. Apparently, Vita has a databank of millions of Earth's flora and fauna species. Many of them extinct. And it can recreate them. It's a bioprinter.
A bioprinter?
It has all the ingredients to create life.
Wow.
All those animals we've lost, vegetation we haven't seen for decades, we could bring it all back.
But we can't find it.
Its location isn't on any records. It just vanished. So if you find any information on its whereabouts, let us know.
Copy that.
So they are definitely trying to terraform the planet. If this is water ice from that facility that is presumably, like Sarah said, producing water, then it's producing massive amounts of water and injecting some of it directly into the atmosphere. Then they have the bioprinter capable of producing the flora and fauna of Earth. So the only question is, why did they bring it all here instead of introducing these technologies on Earth? And the only thing I can think of is that the combination of politics and war on Earth and the desire of the Lunar Council to be in complete control to prevent the mistakes from happening again, ostensibly, but really just to be in control, to have power, probably led them to concocting this plan to make Mars their own planet instead of trying to save Earth. Anyway, let's scan this wreckage.
Should jot that down.
Odum cable car. The cable car system used to transport people and big cargo by the looks of it. This place just looks just as beat up as Herschel. Would this be a place survivors would hole up? I think the survivors are down under the surface somewhere. I don't know where. But something that hasn't really been addressed is the exposure to radiation on the surface here. We're further from the sun, but we don't have anywhere near as much atmosphere. And the magnetic core on Mars is weaker than the one on Earth, so there's a lot of radiation on the surface. I'm not sure how the game addresses that, but let's see. We've got two paths here. Kind of climb up there or climb up there. I guess we'll go this way. This looks easier. And then, do we want to try to, like, explore a little bit? I don't think there's a... No, I can't get up on that. Alright. Let's keep going. That is a non-starter, it seems, unless maybe if I go up here first. Oh, I can make that, okay. But then this blocks my way, or no? We can get through here. Okay, okay. Couple different ways to go here. Now, this makes me nervous. That fall looks lethal, so where do we go from here? Maybe we climb up on this and... She can't get up there. Okay. Wait, we did get up on it. We got up on it at one point, did we not? No. We can get past it, but we can't get onto it. So that's kind of a dead end. Can she stand on that? No. Can we make that jump? I doubt it. Let's go down and try another route. Here we go. This is promising. We've reached one of the platforms, at least. Maybe we can get some idea what this place is. Is there a ladder, or... Nothing we can climb on or cut. So what is the path forward here? Does this buy us anything? Does being able to get onto that buy us anything? I don't think so. Where do we go from here? Ah, okay, I see it. I see it now. Oh, and there's a little flag as well, which may be a path indicator. Yes, okay. So now we've got some idea of the right way to go, and I think we'll be able to make progress. Looks like there's another flag over there, I think? Or is that just... Yeah, that's a flag. Okay. Let's go this way. Broken bridge of some sort. And I guess this is going to be a leap of faith. Made it. Made it. Up again. Okay. We've got a little bit of a view here of this facility, but it's really just metal girders and platforms. We still don't really know what this is. Now, where do we go from here? That's another good question. Is this another kind of crazy leap of faith type scenario? We're really trying to make that jump? That seems like a long way to fall. No. No, we go this way. Okay. That makes more sense. There we go. And there's even a little flag to kind of indicate it. And here's oxygen. All right, let's go in.
Hello?
Find in here? Notes on quotas, presumably. Orders about forcing people back to work, that kind of thing. Huh. So there's nothing in that module. Cross over this bridge to the other one. Airlock here. A bus symbol? What is that? Ooh, hold on. Data. Servers. Toolboxes. Let's take a look at this.
Whatever Odum's function was, this data suggests its output was declining drastically. And that highlighted structure, I think that's where we're headed.
Highlighted structure. Okay. Another non-functional airlock. And then this leads down. We've got pipes crusted over with ice. Storage. And this is what? I don't think this says anything. Did you have something to say, Ayla? Did we find... Ah, hold on. Some things over here. Let's take a look at these. Attention! Let this be a clear statement to all warehouse workers. The illegal trading of wares will be punished with incarceration. Ah. So the workers had access to whatever it is this thing produced, whether it was water or food, and we're kind of stealing it and using it to trade.
Oh man, this looks... eerie. Are those markings of electrical damage on the locker? I don't like the looks of this.
Looks like scratch marks from the inside. Did someone get locked in there as a prank or as some kind of punishment or during a violent kind of confrontation? Could be, could be. We've got a communicator here, messages between Luis and Victoria. They're really not even trying to hide it anymore. Just had 3 people get in the cart openly talking about the market right in front of my face. No respect. You're the one with the badge. Stop them. Spelling correction. You want my advice or not? They're being selfish, trading that stuff. It's really so spineless and no respect to the other people. If you don't report it, they could throw you in medical. You're right. Jesus, the whole ground just shook. Something happened at the main complex. I gotta go.
Better write that down.
Okay. Into storage we go.
I think this is hydroponic farming gear.
Hydroponics. So yeah, they were using this facility to produce water, but also food. That explains the people fighting over things and stealing from the warehouse. We've also heard in some of the holograms there was not really enough food to go around. Yeah, things got bad here. I think things got really bad here.
So this is where they manufactured the antidepressants themselves. Mass distributed, right along with the food.
So they were drugging people through the food intake. Darker and darker, right? So we've got 2 paths. We can go through here. I think we'll check this first because it doesn't look like progression. Maybe there's a collectible or something in here.
So this is what they were growing here. This entire crate was meant to serve 50 people for an entire week. That's way too little. I get why people hoarded the stuff to barter with.
50 people for a week. There's like what? 5 by 3, 15, 45 units of food. So 1 block was for 1 person for a week. Oh boy. Yeah, you know, no matter how civilized people are, you take away their food and their family's food and they get violent real quick. It's a running theme throughout human history. Food is the
So I
very
think this
first
facility
resource
was their one-stop
after
shop
air
for water,
and
food, and self-made medical supplies. But most signs indicate they were having a pretty rough time of the last few years. Almost akin to a famine.
These people were starving. For what? MacArthur's pipe dream?
Well, we don't know what caused the famine yet, or if he was to blame, right?
Kathy, be careful, alright?
Will do. I'll keep sending sit reps.
There's a decryption protocol in there, but that's glass. We can't get through it. Let's keep advancing. Earth is our home. Divided we fail, together we succeed. Oh, Earth is our home is the graffiti. So the resistance movement, the rebellion, the anger, the resentment, the hunger, it all contributed together, and you started seeing more and more dissent. And inevitably, that made MacArthur more and more paranoid, more and more reactionary, eventually more and more punitive and violent. Things spiraled out of control very quickly, I expect. Let's take a look, see what we can get from this.
It was like just falling apart.
Great performance, but I still want that hummus on flatbread. You should have seen that woman who sold it, Isaac. Absolutely the most gorgeous woman in Chile.
Really? This convention in Amsterdam, you know, before the whole thing. And, what was it called? Oh, yeah, it was Beat and Bows, or something like that. Beat and Bows. Oh, such a silly name, it's so tasty.
I bet. You know it's crazy what we're doing here, right?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. People are starving because of these mutations. Instead, we make antidepressants so people don't think about it.
I know.
We can't even feed the people, Isaac.
Yeah, it's, science. It's an alien thing, really, sometimes.
This planet is alien to us. All the time.
MacArthur knows that you're organizing those meetings for Homewood. You should be more careful.
Someone needs to listen to the people. Give them a voice.
Well, what about the people who do want to be in this place?
Like you? Don't you want to go back to Earth? Back to your daughters?
Of course I want to see this. It's just no hope. I mean, we're not even welcome back on Earth, you know. Saving that planet is a lost cause. You know that.
Earth is not a lost cause. We can use the arcs to save it.
It's not the planet that I was referring to. You know, never mind. You think Kathy's okay?
What? Of course she is. She's with Claire, right?
Just, I don't even know what she looks like. You know, I don't know what she's into. She was so young when I left.
Calm down. Everything's all right. She's probably...
I really wanted her to be on Outward. I really did. She couldn't, and then I left her. You know? I just left her that. I mean, I left her. I'm a bad father. I'm a bad father.
You're not.
I know I'm a bad father. I'm a terrible person. I just left.
You're not a bad father, Isaac. You're not.
There. Why would you do that?
It's okay.
Just. Who would leave their daughter? Sorry, I'll be right.
Okay, let's press on and find them. I'm fine, Ayla. Let's go.
It must be such an emotional moment for her to hear that. I mean, she must have been waiting so long to know that, to hear that he didn't just leave her behind and forget about her, that he still loved her, that he still wanted her, you know? And seeing those holograms must be just overwhelming and painful and difficult. Because at the same time that she's hearing these things she's wanted to hear since she was a child, she's also enough of an adult now to see how everyone else sees him and the choices he made, to understand that many people see him as a flat-out bad person, right? Not just somebody who made a mistake, but as a villain, a criminal, a grand traitor. And you contrast the larger themes of humanity and planetary and species and survival with the most intimate of family dramas, and the contrast there is wrenching. The story's really well written, I think. Anyway, let's press onward, as Kathy said, and see what we can find. Ooh, actual plants. How about that? Looks like we're headed back out. Okay. So, where did we come up? Where's the broken bridge that we hopped across? Well, regardless, I think it looks like we have more platforming to do here. Yeah, okay. We gotta make this jump. Can you imagine Sarah and Ryan's reaction if they knew that she was out here by herself with the only rover, no way for them to get to her, and she's just leaping across 10-meter gaps like that? They would lose their minds. All right, let's try again. Very nice. Okay, and then what, into here? I think so. Oh, Oh, that scared me. That's a spacesuit, not a person. All right. I just want to go home. Yeah. More graffiti. More resistance, rebellion, what have you. (3,2) dimethyl amino ethyl 1H indol 4-YL dihydrogen phosphate. I have no idea what that is. Some kind of advanced chemical, possibly one of the building blocks of DNA, maybe? I'm not sure. They were doing something here. Let's see, what else have we got? What can we scan? You were trying to scan something there. I can't see what it's highlighting. What is she trying to scan? Oh, this up here. Okay.
Gotta make a note of this.
Fungi growth cabinets. This seems to be the place where they grew organic components for their self-made medication. The label reads psilocybe similanciata. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So there was another way to go back here. Was there not? That was the door. We came in and we went, what, left into there, and there was this as well. Oh no, this is where we came in, so this was the other path, and this just leads to another airlock. Do we want to go out there? I don't think we do. What does that lead to? Yeah, nothing much from what I see. Let's continue on through the lab here. Stairs leading down. Fair enough, fair enough. And then what? Oh, that's interesting. Some kind of fluid transfer. With power cables surrounding it, heating coils maybe? See, this seems like something Ayla should scan.
Should write this down for later.
Destroyed heating coils. This coil seems to have been purposefully designed or destroyed with a great force. Who would do this to their own food and water supply? Ah, so now we're getting hints that the rebellion, the go home movement, was starting to feel desperate and cornered, right? The more they rebelled, the more MacArthur cracked down. They got angry, they got violent, they stopped thinking, and they started reacting, right? If we destroy all the water and the heat and there's no way to produce food, then we have to go home, right? We won't have a choice. Even MacArthur will be forced to submit. So they got violent and they started destroying things. And this society turned on itself. Let's go home. Yeah. Okay.
William, you're hurting me.
And you are hurting all of us. We might not recover from this. I thought many things of you, Rosa, but
I did not do this.
whether you planted the bomb is irrelevant. Your words lit the fuse. People will die because of Homeward.
Are you serious? People are already dying because of Outward.
Do you understand what this attack does to our production pipeline? We'll have to shut down several greenhouses. Food production will drop even more than it already has.
I abhor what happened here. It hurts us all. But I don't blame them either. They've screamed and shouted, but you've not listened.
I know you control Homeward more than you're willing to admit. Call them off, and we might have a chance to make it out of this as a whole. No.
You imprisoned us and forced us to leave our families, our homes. If this is what's necessary to shake everyone awake, so be it. If you'll excuse me, I'm needed in medical.
I'm surprised he hasn't had her executed yet.
Sarah, that Homewood group set off a bomb here. They destroyed the heating coils used to melt the ice. They attacked their own water supply.
Rosa's people?
I don't think she was involved, but yeah. They used this water to grow food, drink, bathe, everything. Just reckless.
People at the end of their rope do desperate things to get what they want.
I guess.
Kathy, I actually wanted to say something else, too. I'm sorry. About Claire. About how I've been since we got here. I'm gonna miss her so much.
Me too.
I feel like I'm taking it out on... You needed support, and I've not been there. So, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Sarah.
Let's bring these arcs back, okay? For Claire.
Yeah.
Okay, no reaction from the table here, so it's not interactable. I think it's just a recreation of the status table we saw earlier. Interesting question whether Sarah said all that for the right reasons, if you will, or whether she is kind of reevaluating since Kathy went out on her own and trying to find a way to regain control. That last sentence in particular, let's bring the arcs home for Claire, feels a little manipulative to me. But it could also be sincere, which, to be fair, is the sign of a good manipulator. Alright, we've got a couple of streaming puzzles here. Make our way through there. Let's cut this open. Okay, so we've got the gun. We've got 2 receivers requiring 5 power. We've got a splitter over there. We've got, I think, another gun here, but I'm not sure. Can we get in here? Oh, we can. All right. So this one has 3. That one requires 2. But we can't aim it at this one because it's blocked. We would need the splitter. Do we even care? Do we want to open that door or what? Maybe. This gun over here has what? It's got 3 on it. Okay. I think we need to retrieve the splitter to start with. And then what? What do we do from here? We could... So that one only needs 2. We can split the beam 2 ways. One of them should get 2, the other one should get 1. If I understand this correctly. No, somehow this gun that has 3 power gets split into 2 streams of 2. I'm not quite sure I fully understand that. What can we do? That opened up this door, which allowed this crate thing to flow through, and now what? Now we can, I suppose, point both splitters, both guns at other things. We still can't really point over there. So I think we have to bring this splitter out now. And maybe point both of these at it. we... So we've sort of got 1 and 2 here. Now what? Do we point this at it, or... We really can't. So what if that window was open, we might be able to do something. Maybe. But this has to be over here in order to point at that one. Can we do this? That opens one of them, but not the other. That one doesn't have enough power. So what? Now we try to shoot the other one at it, or turn one of these beams off, maybe? Because that has 3, and the one that we're trying to feed has 3. So it seems like you can't send both streams to the same receiver. So this isn't working. That does get the door open, but then what? We can't see the other one from here. We would need the window to be open, right? And that's too much power. I don't really understand the splitting mechanic that well. It's either not been explained properly, or they didn't demonstrate it somehow. So we do need to come over here and what? Split this? You can do that, and then that's 2. That's 2. And then what? Then what do we do? So from here, we can't really point at anything. The only thing we can point at is if we placed the splitter in the middle here. Okay, so maybe that's what we need to do. We need to get this window open while placing this in the middle somehow so they can both point at it. Well. Okay, actually that might be the solution. So can you accept 2 beams? I think you can. It can accept... No, it can only accept 1 beam. The other one shut off as soon as we connected it. So now what? Right stick. Did that do it? That's the wrong thing, though. So how do we... There's only 1 splitter. How do we get 3 energy onto this? Oh, we just go use the other gun now. Okay, now I understand. I got it. Just don't bump into anything. We should be fine. Okay. There's the puzzle solved.
Okay,
sound
yeah.
cue.
Let's go.
Make our way through and find out what's next. Swimming in icy water on Mars. There's a novel proposition. Oh, this fills me with dread. Cut in emergency. Well, I declare an emergency. There's a flow here. We're not coming back from this. Or maybe we can. Okay. Ah, I see. So how do we get over there then? There is a flow. Is there a hiding place? Oh, we can use this little gap right here. Okay. And then there's a closer one. Let's get to that. And then from here, we can start to cut the fan blades. Oh. Okay. All right, through yet another kind of mazy, puzzly kind of traversal section and onto another chunk of this Odum facility, chasing down through holograms the history of the implosion of the Outward Project. Now, the real question is, where are the survivors, and why did Isaac send that signal a year ago? What was his purpose in luring us here? Why did he contact us, right? Who's in charge? How many are left? Where are they? Those are all the relevant questions. At least for Kathy, Sarah and Ryan probably couldn't care less. Because they've told her, if you encounter like a living person, you come back, right? What they want to do is bring all this incredible technology home and try to save Earth. And the interesting kind of point that I think the story is trying to make is MacArthur's vision was that if we came to the new planet, we could leave behind the politics, we could leave behind the war, the oppression, the violence, the division, and unify behind the purpose of building a survivable planet. But it just took a few months of privation before all of a sudden all those old conflicts started up again and the whole thing imploded. So really, I think the take the Arks home plan is probably the morally correct one, because you're never going to stop humans from being humans no matter what situation you place them in. You have to rely on hope. And that was Isaac's ultimate failing. He was too cynical about humanity. That's why he was willing to get on board with this plan to leave everything behind and try and start anew on Mars. But it was never going to work. It was never going to work. Even if they'd brought enough material and supplies to keep everyone kind of fat and happy for 50 years and really establish themselves, in the end, there would have been haves and have-nots, there would have been violence, there would have been conflict. That's just the human animal. There's no getting away from it.
Kathy, are you any close to that signature?
Oh my god.
Kat? Do you copy? Kat? Do you still read me? Kat? Kathy?
Signs of life. Somebody or something is moving that light in there. No. So, overgrown and abandoned, and the sign of life was just a leaf dangling back and forth in an errant air circulation current in front of a light, projecting onto the window.
I just spoke to Remco. He says the yield is unsalvageable.
How did we not catch this new mutation? How long until the ration plan is back on track?
I think we need to completely reevaluate our projections. With the heating coils out and no alloy from Herschel, we're already purifying water 35% slower than before, and
Rosa is fighting her own feelings of guilt and shame. That's why she started Homewood. She thinks it'll redeem all the tough choices she had to make on the moon. Mighty brave Rosa operates out of fear and ego, just like the rest of us. Do you remember the Antarctic catastrophe? I was there. I'm the only survivor left. Our second attempt at a self-sustained biosphere, and we destroyed it in less than 3 years. Because of pointless arguments, petty squabbling. Intelligent, sane people devolved into stupid, irrational cavemen. Tell me this, Isaac. Why does emotion always triumph over pragmatism? Why were our last years on Earth accompanied by endless wars over resources? Why can't humanity ever work in unison? Because we are and always will be too selfish to do what needs to be done. Soon, Earth will be just as uninhabitable as Mars. Because of us. Not the rabbits or the bees, nor the cancer cells that spread through my wife like wildfire. We did that. I will not let it happen here. We will persevere and we will succeed. Outward was working. Outward is working. The chaos she breeds will end it all. You understand that, don't you?
yes.
Then explain to me, Isaac, why you helped her with her psych ward and why you spend time socializing with her. It is time you choose, Isaac, which side you are actually on.
It's not about science. Rose and I are good friends.
You don't get to sit on the fence about this. Outward or Earth, Isaac?
I'm here for Outward, William. You know that. I don't give a damn about Earth.
Not giving a damn about Earth.
So, Isaac is a little bit two-faced. His tune changes depending on who he's talking to, and now Kathy can't be sure what his real feelings are. The conflicts grow. The emotional ones mimicking the social ones that happened here at Outward. And I'm not sure where this story is taking us, but I can tell you this much. The resolution is going to be painful. We'll find out in the next episode. Until then, I'm going to take a break here. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.